ever feel like you're searching for I don't know, a spiritual roadmap to just win consistently? Well, today, we're going to dive into exactly that. We're looking at a powerful framework for achieving what Apostle Joshua Selman calls unending victories. Let's explore these forces, he says, can lead to a life that's just full of triumph. And this quote right here, I see victory on every side. This is the core of the whole thing. It's not just a nice phrase. It sets the stage for a mindset that isn't about occasional wins. No, it's about a continuous state of victory, a totally different way of looking at things. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with the actual path to victory itself. Then we'll get into these 3 critical seasons of growth. And after that, we're going to break down the 6 key forces, looking at them through the lens of our inner world, our outer world, and of course, the spiritual world. All right, first up, the path to victory. The main idea here is that success, real lasting success, it's not some random lottery. This framework lays it out as a clear, deliberate road you can actually walk on to advance in life. And that road is built on a solid foundation. So next, let's look at what that foundation is. The teaching says that this kind of lasting victory is only built after you go through 3 very distinct seasons of growth. So what are these seasons? Well, it starts with the season of preparation. This is where you're figuring things out, discovering God, yourself, what you're good at, and really just building your capacity. Then comes the tough part, the season of testing and proving. This is that fire, that period of refinement. It's only after you've gone through those 2 that you get to step into the season of manifestation, what he calls your appearing. And listen, every single one of these stages is absolutely crucial. You can't skip them. Okay, so with that foundation in mind, let's get into the forces themselves. The first set is all about your inner world, your heart and your prayer life. This is the stuff that has to be right on the inside, long before you see any results on the outside. Force number 1 is a pure heart. And what I find so interesting here is the definition. It's not just about, being a good person. It's way deeper. It's about being free from wickedness, sure, but also from guile, from deceit, from lifting your soul to vanity. It's really about your deepest core intentions. And this quote really says it all. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. The teaching makes a direct link here. A pure heart isn't just a nice to have, it's what gives you the ability to actually see God move on your behalf. All right, the second force, consistent prayer. But again, there's a twist. The focus isn't just on asking for stuff, right? It's about viewing prayer as this incredible tool for personal change, for transformation, for building up your spiritual muscle. And this analogy from the sermon is just brilliant. Think about it. Is your prayer life like a shopping mall where you just go to pick up miracles and breakthroughs? Or is it more like a car wash, a place you go to be changed, to be cleansed, to be spiritually refreshed? The sermon really hammers home that it's meant to be the car wash. So what's the proof? How do you know this transformative prayer is working? Well, the teaching points to 2 really specific gifts that show up. First, extraordinary intelligence, just a sharper, more insightful mind. And second, utterance, that incredible ability to communicate your ideas effectively and with power. Okay, so we've covered the inner world of the heart and prayer. Now, let's shift gears and look at the outer world. This is all about how you engage with reality through your words and your actions. This brings us to the third force, word-based declarations. The idea here is huge. It's that your words literally have creative power. You're meant to use them intentionally, speaking faith-filled, scripture-based words to basically program your own destiny and shape the future you want to see. And this quote just nails it. You only see what you say, not what you wish. It's so direct, isn't it? It's not about wishing or hoping for a better life. It's about actively speaking it into existence. The suggestion is that what you say out loud is what you will eventually see in your reality. But of course, just saying things isn't enough, right? Your words are pretty powerless without action, and that action requires force number 4, courage. This is defined as the audacity that is born from a life of faith, that mental and moral strength to just keep going, to press forward no matter what's in your way. So what does this courage actually look like? Well, it's about facing those giants on every mountain. It's taking that scary first step when you have no guarantee of the outcome. It's about failing fast so you can move forward. And yeah, it's about walking on water when there's no boat in sight. All right, we're moving into the final pair of forces now. And these operate at a higher level, in the spiritual world. These are really presented as the ultimate principles for achieving major breakthroughs. Force number 5 is praise with understanding. Now, this is so much more than just singing a few songs. It's positioned as a legitimate form of spiritual warfare. It's about praising with the actual knowledge of its power, creating a partnership with the angelic to break through stubborn spiritual barriers. And this scripture from Psalms lays out the principle perfectly. Let the people praise thee, O God, then shall the earth yield her increase. You see the connection? Praise is presented as the key that directly unlocks productivity, increase, and blessings from the earth, from your life. And that brings us to the final and most advanced force of all, sacrifice. This is described as a non-negotiable spiritual law. It's the principle of making a covenant with God through the sacrifice of your time, your energy, your resources, your very heart to unlock dimensions of blessing that, frankly, even prayer alone can't touch. This verse really drives home just how significant sacrifice is. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. It's framed as the ultimate defining mark, the signature of those with the deepest level of commitment. So, let's put it all together. Here are the 6 irrefutable forces. It all starts inside, with a pure heart and consistent prayer. That internal foundation then empowers your external actions, your word-based declarations, and your courage. And then, taking it to the highest level, you have praise with understanding and the ultimate key, sacrifice. And that really is the entire framework. So as we wrap up this breakdown, looking at all 6 of these forces, from a pure heart all the way to sacrifice, it really makes you think, doesn't it? It kind of leaves us with a question to chew on. Which one of these forces resonates the most with you, right where you are on your journey today?